happy to be here with my brothers on Blog, ready to get to it, and I'm so excited about this show. If you pay yourself a professional athlete and you get paid to catch the ball and can't, like that just makes no sense to me.
Biggest takeaway is that if you are a West Coast team, take your behind to the East Coast 2 days beforehand so you can at least get 1 day acclimated to the time difference.
The effort they put up against the Warriors, lethargic, pitiful. We won't give too many more words to it, so we're going to move on.
And here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, the Big Game Christian Sports Network proudly presents Donnie Epting, Dwayne Sutton, and Willie Epting. And they are in the zone.
Here we go, fellas. Have a great show. Coming out in 3, 2, and 1.
We are back on the air. The boys are back in sound. It's been a little while, but we're glad to be back. You are listening to the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. First up, let's tell you that this segment of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by Drain and Plumbing Services. When plumbing issues arise, don't just call a plumber, call the master plumber. Call Ken Richardson at 214-317-7881. Call him up today for a quick estimate. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the captain, Donnie Epting. This is the In the Zone Sports Show on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. You know the fellas are with me, so let's go ahead and introduce those cats. First up, down in Southeast Louisiana, Dwayne Sutton. What's going on?
Hello, world. The Woster is on the line. I'm back in the movement with my brothers. We ready to get to work. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Let's get Willie Epting Jr. out of Texas on here. Willie, what's the deal?
What's going on, my brothers, Dwayne, Donnie, people out there in radio land? Good to be back with you guys, man, after our brief hiatus. How y'all doing today, tonight, and this evening, and everything else?
I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know.
You disappointed me. I am so disappointed. He need a do-over.
What's happening, world?
All right, that's what we need.
Now that's how you do that.
Fellas, as Willie said, it has been a brief hiatus for us. We are back after some programming that we had to put on the official home of the Dallas Charge Pro Fast Pitch. We had to step aside and let the ladies take things last week. So we're back. And you guys, y'all ready to do this?
Boy, you already know we ready to go. Let's go.
All right.
And here we go.
For the love of money. We'll talk about another contract later on in the show. But first up, we want to talk about the new deal. Mr. New Money himself out of Oklahoma City, guard Russell Westbrook. He has signed an extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder worth $85 million for 3 years, according to reports. For the most athletic point guard to ever play the game of basketball, or in the NBA anyway. He'll re-up and he'll stay in Oklahoma City. And a lot of folks were probably shocked by this move when it broke late Wednesday evening that he was going to be staying, because the rumor mill started to fly once Durant flew the coop and went out to Oakland to join the Warriors. So, Westbrook, 3 years, $85 million extension. Let's get the first word in here from the guys. Dwayne, you've got a bit of a man crush on Westbrook. So, just with that alone, we're going to give you the first word on your boy's new deal and your thoughts on him staying in the OKC.
Listen up closely. I am hashtag Laker Nation. All day, every day. No, I'm not by myself. OG rocking with me. With that being said, we are moving from the Kobe Bryant era. I know everybody wants to compare everybody to Michael Jordan. The next best thing I've seen since Michael Jordan was Kobe Bryant. I love the anger, the aggression, the killer instinct in players like that. The next best thing, which is why I have skipped over LeBron James and Stephen Curry when I mention those things, is Russell Westbrook. There isn't a player in this league who plays with those type of attributes. love the anger. I love the aggression. I love the willingness to dominate, the killer instinct in him. He's earned my respect. I mean, he's earned the respect of many. So that being said, Russell is my guy, and I've watched him grow. And when it was A and B, 1 and 2 between him and KD, I watched him become an equal to Kevin Durant. He's earned his money, but when Kevin left and the way he left and who he left for, this really drove him. And to see him, kind of throw one up at Durant, like, I'm going to sign here and I'm coming to get you. That's all this is. He wants this.
Yeah. And he wants to go through the Warriors and go through Oakland in order to get to the NBA Finals. Willie, before we get to you, I just want to kind of throw a couple of things out here about Westbrook's 15-16 season. First team All-NBA. Whereas the former, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say former because he's still an MVP. The one-time MVP, Kevin Durant, did not make the first team this year. Westbrook, 23.5 points per game, 10.4 assists, 7 or nearly 8 rebounds, we should say. 2 steals. He shot 45% from the floor, which is pretty good for Westbrook. His shot selection hasn't always been the best. 81% from the foul line. Willie, let's get your thoughts in here on Westbrook and his dollar bills, yo.
Man, I think it's a great move for him personally, and from a business standpoint, he sets himself up for that 2018-19 salary cap hike in which he will have 10 years in the league at that point with one squad. There is also, if I'm not mistaken, Donnie and Dwayne, a team out or another option for that third year. So he is laughing all the way to the bank. Oklahoma City, in my opinion, is going to be a little bit better than people think. They're going to have this entire offseason to get acclimated with each other. Oladipo is a legitimate 2-guard. He can play defense. His shooting may leave a little bit to be desired, but he's a great perimeter defender. Russell Westbrook already plays with the intensity like somebody stole his lunch money. And now with his boy going over to Golden State, to the team that they just lost to, he is going to be equally more chomping at the bit just to show off that he is the alpha male, and that Durant going to Oakland was probably the better thing for Durant and not really the better thing for Oklahoma City. So I'm looking forward to some of the pieces that they're going to try to put around him. If not this year, definitely next year when that salary cap goes up. And I'm looking for a really, really heavy MVP type of season from Westbrook, much like we saw a couple years ago when Durant was out for most of the season.
Yeah, that 14-15 year where Westbrook won the All-Star Game MVP, he scored at least 39 points in 4 straight games. He had 11 triple-doubles that year, including 4 triple-doubles in 4 straight games. So we know it's in him. He's now got that chance to prove it and let it bust on out because, hey, I agree with you, Willie. Early candidate for MVP choice for the 16-17 year. Yeah, I'm going with Westbrook because I already know he about to play out of his mind. I can't wait to see it. Yeah,
I second that, sir. I second that.
I kind of mentioned that, hey, I didn't really have a problem with Durant going to Oakland. I think I love this 10 times more than Durant going to Oakland. And that's not saying I had no problem with Durant going to the Warriors. But hey, with Westbrook staying in a as we call it in college basketball, a mid-major or a small market, as they would say in the pros. And next year, Oklahoma City might be able to sign a max free agent to go with Westbrook. Mm-hmm. And wouldn't that be crazy?
Mm-hmm. And get this, you don't know who Westbrook has talked to on the cool.
Yeah, they just better not get out because there are tampering rules against all of that. So
I understand that, but those things happen, and those guys, man, they share agents, and they probably have confidentiality agreements and all those other things. As long as they're not putting anything on Twitter, aka D'Angelo, then they'll be good.
It was a joke. My bad. I ain't mean. All right. So as we mentioned, we're going to talk about another contract for another great player later on in the show. But we're going to switch sports here, and let's talk about the Pro Football Hall of Fame ceremony, which is taking place this weekend up in Canton, Ohio. Willie, I believe you've gone around Canton, through Canton, by Canton.
You forgot one. I was actually near Canton.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't get a chance to make it up there, but yeah, I was pretty close.
All right. So let's go through the enshrinees who will go into the famed hall this weekend. We'll go through the names here really quickly. The class of 2016 in alphabetical order: Edward DeBartolo Jr., Tony Dungy, Brett Favre, Kevin Green, Starvin Marvin Harrison, Orlando Pace, Ken Stabler, and Dick Stanfield. That's your class of the 2016 Pro Football Hall of Fame. And each of us, we actually have a right to kind of brag a little bit. And we'll do here over the next, or just over the last 4 minutes of our segment, is go kind of, we like to call this stop homer time and not hammer time. What up, MC Hammer? You good? Okay. So, it's kind of an ode to our guys. We have some guys who have played for, coached, what have you, our favorite franchises. So let's get a quick word in on the guys that we want to kind of pay a little homage to. We'll start with Willie. Willie is a fan of the Raiders. Ken Stabler, longtime Raider. He's going in this year. So, Willie, let's get your thoughts on your guy going into the Hall of Fame.
Go ahead and sound the alarm.
Homer.
Man, what can you say about Kenny the Snake, man? The former Alabama standout, Gulfport, Mississippi native, country boy done good, man. Played 15 years in the NFL for the Saints, the Oilers, and most notably the Raiders. He was involved in some games, man, with some miraculous things that took place. The Immaculate Reception, the Ghost of the Post. Stabler, him and John Madden, get this. They have the fourth best winning percentage between coach and quarterback of all time, only trailing just who's going in before him this year, Tony Dungy. 194 passing touchdowns over his career. Pro Bowler, four-time Pro Bowler, I believe he was. Actually made the All-Pro team in 1976 as well as 1974. League MVP in 1974. One-time Super Bowl champion. Very proud of the fact that the Snake has slithered his way into the Hall.
Wow, that was pretty cool. Dwayne, we got about 2.5 minutes left in the segment. We'll go ahead and get your thoughts in on your guys. Tony Dungy, famed head coach, and wide receiver Marvin Harrison of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes, I want to say a big shout out, first of all, Coach Nation. We got 2 more in. Marvin Harrison, congratulations to you, brother. A career well built when you were in a league with, standout wide receivers like Terrell Owens. You quietly made a name for yourself. It was an amazing feat for you to have Peyton Manning as your quarterback as well. But, man, this guy was one of the more dependable, one of the more quiet receivers to ever touch the field. He made his presence felt strictly by his play. I'm proud of him for that. Tony Dungy, man, is more like an unknown mentor of mine. Like, he has no clue. But, man, the guy, the way he carries himself, his demeanor, the way he attacks his profession, the consummate professional is that at that. I'm super proud of him, the first black head coach to ever win the Super Bowl. That's an amazing feat there as well. So, Colts Nation, we salute you, Tony Dungy. We salute you, Marvin Harrison.
All right. Now I'll take the last maybe 45 seconds here to give an ode to Eddie DeBartolo Jr., Eddie D. He was the architect of the 5-time Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49ers. I mean, that's my team. I love them. You had guys like Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, Brent Jones. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Steve Young, all these guys, John Taylor, had great and successful careers because of the mindset that Eddie D had. He was all about winning, all about putting the best product on the field, also putting the best character folks together, going out and hiring a great football mind like Bill Walsh. It made the whole thing go out in San Francisco. I just wish Eddie D was still around to run the team because Jed Yorkie just ain't doing the job, my man. So, salute to all those guys. Fellas, that's going to wrap it up for the first segment. We're going to continue to talk a little football when we come back here on the In the Zone Sports Show on the Big Game Christian Sports Network after this.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
Football
I want to be
stadium.
a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
All right, sports fans, welcome back to the End Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. And this segment of the End Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by Drain and Plumbing Services. When plumbing issues arise, don't just call a plumber, call the master plumber. Call Ken Richardson at 214-317-7881. Call him up today for a quick estimate. All right, we left off segment one giving some kudos to our guys who helped our franchises along the way, and those men who are now in the Hall of Fame or will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this Saturday. That's Ken Stabler of the Raiders, most notably, Tony Dungy and Marvin Harrison of the Colts, Eddie DeBartolo Jr. of the 49ers, and that's Willie, Dwayne, and myself, Donnie. We all paid homage to those guys. So let's talk about for next year. And I'm going to give the names and how they made the cut, so to speak. Or how they didn't make the cut. So when the number went from 15 to 10, here are the 5 guys who were cut. Kicker Morton Anderson, safety Steve Atwater, offensive lineman Alan Faneca, running back Edgerrin James, what's up Dwayne, and that's my quarterback, that's my teammate, Terrell Owens. All right, then when the cut went from 10 to 5, here were the guys who were eliminated then. Don Air Coryell, Terrell Davis, Joe Jacoby, John Lynch, and Kurt Warner. So I want to ask the fellas if they have a guy or two, or maybe none, who they think might make the cut from this group. And we're not even going to talk about the first-year eligible players for next year. But who might, in these groups that we've named, may make the cut for next year's Hall? Let's start with Willie Epting Jr.
Wow, man. This is a tough question. All these great players. I'm going to start with Terrell Owens, man. He should be there. He's got the numbers. I know his off-the-field issues people don't particularly care about. Everything from Drew Rosenhaus to next question, to T.O. doing the sit-ups in his driveway with no shirt on. But you cannot deny that dude's number and his production on the field. 1,078 receptions, nearly 16,000 yards, 153 touchdowns, one Super Bowl appearance on a broken leg that he sustained early in the year at the hands of Roy Williams. That rule was put in place because of Roy Williams. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
The old horse collar rule that has now been, expanded to the nameplate?
Yeah.
Yeah. But even as great as T.O. was, man, he only had one season where he had more than 100 receptions. That was 2002. And he also had 10 or more touchdown receptions in 8 different years. So T.O.'s definitely deserving, man. Personally, I hope he gets in. I was never a T.O. fan, but I hope he gets in.
Wait, you were never a T.O. fan?
No, I was never a T.O. fan.
Okay. What you say?
There you go. Thank you, Dwayne. Let's get your guy from those groups of players. Who do you think might make the cut and get in next year? And I should say coaches.
I'm going with two of them. I'm going to stick with that T.O. pick. I like that T.O. pick. In fact, I know this might sound like blasphemy, but I'm sorry. I'm a football fan first. Terrell Owens should have been in before Marvin Harrison. That's just me.
What?
We're talking, man. We're talking about almost 1,500 more yards than Marvin Harrison. We're talking about almost 25 more touchdowns than Marvin Harrison. Production is what T.O. was all about. Who can make a play?
He could.
I can. And you're right. That comeback in Philly from the broken leg. I'm sorry, McNabb left you hanging, T.O. That should have been your Super Bowl.
Oh, boy.
But on the other side of that,
I know, right?
I got to go Kurt Warner as well.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner has to get in, man. His story is way too amazing, man. But the way the guy got on the field and he produced, and you could talk about all the talent he had around him, but there are quarterbacks who get plenty of talent and can't do anything with it. Kurt Warner made it work.
Man, what is it? Kurt Warner has, two? Is it the top two or top three?
He is the second all-time, or he's the all-time leader, second all-time leader in completion percentage at 66%.
Well, I was going to say in Super Bowls, I believe Kurt Warner has the 3 highest yardage marks in Super Bowl history by himself.
Right.
He threw 414 against the Rams. He threw 365 against that Patriots defense that was actually pretty good. And I know he chipped in with another 300 and some odd against the Steelers when he was with the Cardinals.
And you know, Donnie, that's the game that I point to, man, because he very well could have had 2 Super Bowl rings with 2 different clubs well before Peyton Manning, before Ben Roethlisberger went nuts on that final drive.
Yeah. Man, where did that come from? Because that came from out of nowhere. I'm just saying, man, nobody expected Ben. I mean, because if you think about Ben from the first time they won to the second time they won, I mean, the first time they won it, he was a game manager. He was Kerry Collins, a young Kerry Collins. But, they made it work. So, anywho, I'm going to chime in also. I've got 2 guys, and Dwayne, you took one with Kurt Warner. The other for me is Coach Don Coryell.
I love that choice.
I mean, the unspeakable numbers that those Chargers teams put up in the 80s, or the 70s and 80s. I mean, Dan Fouts, when Dan Fouts retired, Dan Fouts was one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. Not saying he isn't anymore because, I mean, now the league is so past happy that a lot of the marks that Dan Fouts set and had, they're just kind of pedestrian now, but I mean, Willie, I know you can name off pretty much probably the whole roster. Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow, all those guys.
John Jefferson, Charlie Joyner, Grambling State's own Charlie Joyner, Chuck Muncie at the running back spot. Their kicker, Rolf Benerska, with the 1 bar face mask. Those guys, man, could put some points on the board. Just ask the Miami Dolphins defense in that epic playoff game back in 1981, I believe it was.
OG, right. Triple OG.
Yeah, bringing the noise. Yeah, because he started rattling off dudes. I never heard of their kickers. Anyway, but yeah, I think Coryell and Kurt Warner will have their names called next year. I'm hoping that they will. And I'd like to see John Lynch get in. I just don't think it's going to be soon. But John Lynch played at a high level. Well, I mean, hey, Lynch made the cut down from 15 to 10, and Atwater didn't.
I'm just saying. I don't think Atwater could have played effectively in today's game.
Oh, no.
With all of the rules.
Right. You mean Atwater couldn't play any games in this?
Yeah. Just debating on whether or not Atwater should have been, convicted of any manslaughter. I'm just saying, man. Atwater was killing people out there.
This guy. All right. So the Hall of Fame induction ceremony is Saturday. The Pro Football Hall of Fame game. Wow, it's the first live football of 2016. Well,
wait.
The playoffs, of course.
Oh, God is good. Football is back, baby.
He had to clear his throat like multiple times.
Yeah, he did.
So it's the Packers and the Colts, and we're pretty sure Dwayne's going to have a lot to say about this one. But let's just kind of talk about some of the expectations of the Packers heading into this game and heading into the preseason and then into the regular season. Willie, what are some of your expectations for the Packers?
Well, I know that they want to get back on track offensively from last year. They only ranked 23rd in total offense. Of course, they lost Jordy Nelson in preseason last year. Around about this time, if not a little bit before. He's back. That should take some pressure off Randall Cobb, who couldn't seem to get out of a phone booth, man. He was just blanketed. And I know they got some real good production from the tight end, as well as Mr. Jones. Had me thinking or saying in the middle of the season, Jordy who? But then after a while, that came tumbling back to earth real quick. Looking forward to seeing what Mr. Lacey's going to do. Apparently, he's lost a bunch of weight, and he, I believe, is in a contract year. And the Stephen A. Smith proclaimed baddest man on the planet, Aaron Rodgers. I know he's probably ready to mount up again. So we'll see how that offense looks, man, barring any injuries throughout the preseason and the rest of training camp.
Yeah, I think they should have found a way to hang on to James Jones. You don't let that dude go, man. That guy in that offense, you don't let him go. They made a mistake once and let him go. And he went to other teams and just didn't do too well. And he came back. I mean, we saw what he did last year. He's been wearing a hoodie under his jersey, which the NFL is now outlawed, saying you can't have the hoodie on over your name on the jersey. But anyway, that's what the No Fun League does. Dwayne Sutton, let's get your expectations of the Indianapolis Colts heading into this game and into preseason and to the regular season.
Well, Colts Nation, listen up. We got to protect our investment. There is no way that your quarterback should ever suffer internal injuries. I understand football is a violent sport, but once that happens, that means you suck at your job. So, we're going to protect our quarterback. We don't care if it's the first string, third string, whatever. Get out here, and this is a good pack of defense to go up against. I understand you're not going to face your first string is too much, but get out here, get the blood pumping, protect your quarterback. Establish the running game. You added some nice pieces back there. The way to protect your running back is being able to run the ball, something we haven't done since Edgerrin James has been here.
What about Daniel
Joseph died, little tiptoe. Look, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get on that anyway.
What about Ahmad Bradshaw?
Yeah, for about 5, 6, 7 games. That's cool.
And more like 5, 6, 7 quarters.
Right. I was going to say 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Yeah, that too.
This boy is, I'm telling you, he an injury waiting to happen. And I love his passion, but boy, you just never know. After every snap, he done broke something.
Yeah, he could snap.
Yep.
No, you too. I just, or whatever. Well, I think both of these teams need to, oh boy. I'm just thinking about the number of times that both of these quarterbacks got hit last year between Rodgers and Luck. I mean, this just in, Aaron Rodgers was sacked again. I mean, offensive lines are porous. P-O-R-us. There's no way you let franchise quarterbacks get hit this much. So
you can't.
Yeah, hopefully in training camp and in the preseason, these teams will work towards protecting their investment, as Dwayne says, and keeping those dudes upright because, hey, when they can make plays, when they have the ability to make plays, they make football fun. I just can't wait to see some live football. I'm glad that you two are not on the pup list. I'm glad you're actually physically able to perform this show.
Oh no, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
Okay.
You need to quit.
Okay. No symbols. Okay.
Shots fired, though.
Yeah, right. So we mentioned For the Love of Money earlier with Russell Westbrook and the Thunder. we're going to mention money. Money. Yeah. Money.
Yeah.
Money.
Oh.
Tyrann Mathieu. The Honey Badger takes what he wants. And this time it has to do with green dollar paper bills or paper dollar bills is what he's trying to say. 5-year extension worth a reported $62.5 million. Annually, Mathieu is the highest paid safety in the National Football League. Willie Epting Jr., let's get your thoughts in on Mr. Mathieu's new money.
Yeah. If there was an award for comeback person of the year or life or decade or whatever this dude has done, anyway, he should win it. Think about it. The former purple knight from St. Aug out of New Orleans, LSU. Doesn't even seem like it was that long ago. He was kicked off the LSU team because he couldn't stay off the weed. Duh. But anyway, then he had that injury, that knee injury. He's back looking stronger. I'm very happy for him. He's gotten his life together. Most importantly, I heard Les Miles say cutting him or releasing him or kicking him off the team was a mistake. I bet you probably think that Les didn't think that he was going to cash in the way that he did. Now he's probably somewhere with his hand out.
Loan me $5.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Dwayne, let's get your thoughts in on Mr. Mathieu and his money. Yeah.
Why, what's them? 504 shout out Tyrann Mathieu. What's them, baby? Yes, I'm so proud of this brother. Y'all have to understand, just like you said, OG, man, where he came from, all the knucklehead mistakes he made. In the words of Jay-Z, show me what you got. You know, when you get an opportunity like this to play in the NFL, you cannot blow this. Josh Gordon, Johnny Manziel, anybody who plays for the Dallas Cowboys, you cannot.
Stop it.
Man, whatever. Look, you
Rolando
cannot
McClain.
continue to be. He just don't want to play football, and that's an embarrassment to all football players in the NFL, in college, high school, whatever. I'm off track. Anyway,
get back on track.
Got me talking about these Cowboys. Anyway, but no, listen. You have to make it known how bad you want it. Show me what you got. Do you want to make it? Do you want to be great? Do you even want to make just some money to take care of your family? Or are you that selfish where you just have to do you? Tyrann Mathieu showed not only himself, but he's shown the world, I want it bad. And he's gotten out here and he's played every position that they've put him in, from corner to safety to linebacker. He's a hybrid. And wherever you put him, he's a nightmare. So I applaud you. Love you, brother. Keep proving them all wrong.
And loan us $5.
Yeah. Between you and Westbrook, man, we all need to just be broke off.
Right.
All right. And Dwayne, you kind of reached into what I was going to say, man. I remember plays for Mathieu this past season before he got hurt, of course, where Mathieu was sneaking into the box, playing linebacker, being at 8th man in the box, hitting Adrian Peterson. That Arizona-Minnesota Thursday night game, man, that was like one of the best games of the year. I mean, you had Peterson, you had Mathieu going mano a mano. What I like about Tyrann Mathieu is he's diminutive in stature, but he don't care. He's going to make his presence known. He's going to make his mark, and you're going to know that he's been around. And I'm happy for him. After everything he went through, I'm happy that he was able to persevere, get over his personal demons, and get paid. Money. Yeah. Money. 10 seconds left in the segment. We're going to go ahead and step out for our second break. We come back, we'll talk about a legend on the tube, calling it quits or hanging it up. We'll do all that and more when we come back. Here on the Big Gay Christian Sports Network.
The following was recorded at a Burger King drive-thru at breakfast.
Morning, welcome to Burger King.
Can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant sandwich?
Sure can. Right now, they're 2 for $4, but could you say that word again?
Chris Sandwich?
Oh, where I'm from, we say cross sandwich.
Wow. Where you from?
From behind this counter?
Piled high with thick-cut bacon or savory sausage, fluffy eggs, and melted cheese. Get 2 Croissant breakfast sandwiches for just $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation vary.
We welcome you back to the In the Zone Sports Show here on the official broadcast station of the Dallas Charge Pro Fast Pitch on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. This segment of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by PureFlix. Enjoy faith and family movies, TV shows, and educational programs anytime, anywhere for only $7.99 per month. Sign up for your 30-day free trial by going to bgcsports.net or on the BGC Sports app and click on the PureFlix banner and start your trial today. Segment 3. Last one, fellas. Let's do this. It's Willie. It's Dwayne. It's Donnie. Take your phones off mute and quit laughing. Let's talk about one of the best broadcasting legends in recent history. He's decided to hang it up. I said call it quits earlier, but he's really hanging it up after this weekend's Pro Football Hall of Fame ceremony. After 29 years at the Entertainment, Sports, and Programming Network, some of you kids know that it's ESPN, Tom Jackson is retiring. Man, I feel like I grew up with Tom Jackson.
Oh, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus.
Here we go. Here we go. Tom Jackson, he played for the Denver Broncos, had a stellar career as a linebacker with Denver. Got off the field and went to the broadcast studio. And he's excelled at that too. I mean, his analysis, his phrases. Willie, when a Hail Mary's in the air, what do?
Knock it down!
There you go. Dwayne, Tom Jackson from Louisville.
Wait a minute, man.
Knock it down!
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute, man. I'm over here I'm sorry. I got it. All right. Toss it to me again. I'm ready. I got it.
Man, you done missed the moment. You need a Kleenex, though.
I got it, man. I'm ready. Jesus be with us.
Fellas, let's hey, we're going to act like we're talking to Tom Jackson. Like he's, sitting here in front of us and listening to us talk. So, what would you say to Tom Jackson if he was sitting here in front of you? Let's start with Carrie Kleenex over there, Dwayne Sutton.
Crybaby Charlie.
Sir, I just want to let you know it was a pleasure to watch you grow as a football analyst, but more so to watch you, the man in you. You were a professional, but there were certain topics sometimes that I looked forward to you speaking on, and you never let me down. You really didn't care who had what to say about anything. Tom Jackson, you are a man who voiced your opinion, and you were kind of like Paw Paw on the set. I'm going to say what I feel, and I don't care if you like it.
I thought that was Dicker.
That's just a grumpy old man.
Get on with it.
Yeah.
Grumpy old man. Crazy dude.
Still mad he not getting no money out that Super Bowl shuffle. Anyway, look.
Oh gosh.
But Tom, I just want to say, man, as an African American man, as a black man, that you made me proud on these subjects and issues that you tackled. When there was time to go ahead and express your feelings, your emotions, you didn't hold back. You remained professional though, and the way you carried yourself, man. And I just want to salute you, brother. You definitely going down as one of the best in my eyes.
All right, Willie Epstein Jr., the baton and the microphone is to you, sir.
Tom Jackson, man, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you brought to the table. Thank you for all of the smart and intelligent way that you broke down the game, particularly from a defensive standpoint. You were a linebacker in the Orange Crush. You weren't that big of a size, or that heavy of a linebacker, so you were undersized for the position. But the way that you played the game, I could see how your announcement prowess was birthed from that. Also, the fact that you did not hesitate, or did you not have to ever hold your tongue when it came to important social, economic issues in the black community, racial issues, even the thing that's going on with the domestic violence. You always brought it. I appreciate that. You brought humor to the set. You and Chris Berman, you guys were like the original tag team partners. I appreciate that. And as a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen out there in Radio Land, he is a part of my favorite, or one of my favorite sports anchors or sports personalities. If you go to our website at inthezone-sports.net, click on About Us, you will see who are some of our favorite personalities were in the world of sports, and you'll see under my name, NFL Countdown Crew, and that includes Mr. Tom Jackson. Thank you, sir. We're going to miss you.
Amen, amen.
Yes, sir. To Tom Jackson, I remember one statement that you made regarding when offenses, I should say, would run up the score, and the defensive guys on the other side would be mad. Tom Jackson said these words: "If you don't want them to celebrate, stop them."
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Stop them.
Simple as that.
This is coming from a defensive player. You don't want to see him dance. You don't want to see him celebrate. You don't want to see him, hog the camera and all the lights. Stop him. That right there epitomized, to me and for me, what Tom Jackson stood for and what he meant. Hey, and that's even in the world. That's to the kids who are, not able to kind of stand up to another kid. Hey, do what you can to stop it. Don't just fall for it. So, Tom Jackson, I appreciate you and everything you did. NFL primetime on Sundays during the football season, when it was NFL primetime. I don't think I ever missed a show from like 92 to 99, 98, 99 or something. I mean, man, those were the days. And salute to you. Great career. Thank you for everything you did. We'll miss you. And good luck in your next part of your life. Fellas, let's talk about the Olympics. They are underway down in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So let's get some quick thoughts on the outlook for Team USA basketball. Slam dunk for them to win the gold. You see any problems that they might encounter? Dwayne Sutton, let's start with you.
Nobody, and I mean that, N-O, capital, nobody is ready for this squad. They can work you from the inside. They can work you from the outside. The defensive prowess is strong. I truly believe this is, Kevin Durant's bonding time with those Warriors that are on that team. So he's going to go ahead. Go ahead and jack up some shots, because you're going to lose them when you get back to Oakland. Clay's out here already making it known. He not changing anything, so he going to be jacking up shots. These boys out here got something to prove, and not to mention just their American pride. So nobody is messing with this squad. Too dominant.
Willie Epting Jr.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I just woke up from a nap. Can you just bring on the NBA season, please? I mean, really.
And that's all you got to say about that.
Yeah. I mean,
OG.
Yes, sir.
Over under 50-point difference in each game.
I won't say each game, but probably for the duration of the tournament, it'll be a 50-point average. They might beat somebody by 20, and then they might beat somebody by 80.
Good Lord.
I'm just saying.
I don't know about 50. they've got to find some. They've got to mesh. They've got to find some cohesion with some of the lineups. And I mean, it's going to be a shame. Some of these talented guys who are on this team probably won't be able to see a lot of playing time. You know, I think of a guy like a Kyle Lowry. You know, Kyrie's going to be the point guard. I mean, shoot, he played for Coach K at Duke. So, you know, you
how many games did he play there? 2?
4.
4.
I don't know. I mean,
y'all ain't funny. Y'all know Kyrie played 7.
7 games?
Okay.
I knew it was less than 10.
Yeah, and that's the UNC fan that's chiming in on that one.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh boy!
Can I discuss one athlete though that I am looking forward to seeing?
Well, sure. I mean, yeah, that was the next part. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to jump the gun there, sir.
You good, man. Go ahead.
Mr. Usain Bolt. I had the privilege of being in your country a week ago today. Actually, a week ago Wednesday. Actually passed through the town in which you are from, passed right by the high school that you attended, saw the field that you ran on as a child. And when I tell you guys it was a field, it was a field. Looked like a football field or a soccer field. Did not have a track on it. And if I'm not mistaken, some of the windows in the school looked like they were knocked out. Very, very humble beginnings for Mr. Bolt. To see all of that and then just recognize where he is now is a tribute to that man. That area of Jamaica is right along the Caribbean Sea, beautiful countryside. You have the sea on one side and you have the mountains on the other. And whenever we were passing through, somebody asked the tour guide, "Where's the track?" And she said, "You're looking at the track. What they ran on is what they ran on." So just looking forward to seeing that guy after having been able to see up close and personal where he actually came from.
All right, Dwayne, we got about a couple of minutes left. Let's swing it over to you. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Athlete, sport?
Honestly, I'm just really looking forward to just seeing USA Pride. I will be in here with my daughter. We will be watching the gymnastics. So that is going to be where our attention is going to be. Thanks to her, thanks to her gymnastic class that she started this summer. So hopefully we'll be preparing a future gymnast for the Olympic team as we go forward. Shout out to my daughter, Rain Sutton. Love you, baby.
All right, then. Serena Williams looking for a 5th gold medal, a 2nd in singles. So it'll be interesting to see how she performs coming off her Wimbledon victory about a month ago over Angelique Kerber. All right, guys, let's go ahead and throw it over to Kingi Knox with this week's greatest fan interview. Kingi, what have you got for us?
What's up, the greatest fan? I am Kingi Knox, meeting cool fans all over the world and hot celebs. The greatest fan connects the coolest fans to the hottest celebrities, and I mean hot. I'm at the Barbershop 3 screening Mikey Rainey Jr. Y'all, he didn't grow up on me, y'all. The camera don't do him justice because he is looking gorgeous up close and personal. Michael Rainey Jr., how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How you doing?
So how are your fans loving you? It's like,
I don't know how to explain it, but they're just showing love. It's nice. It's really good.
I love your scene in Power when you said, "Dad, I like this little girl. I'm caught between two." It was honest, it was sincere, it was genuine, but we, the audience, knew that you was helping the father out. How did you feel playing that scene?
It was just a good scene because, like, the situation I'm in is basically the situation he's in, and just, like, I'm basically helping him out, and it's, like, it was just a great scene.
How do you prep for your scene?
I don't. I just know my lines. That's all I do. I just remember my lines. That's it. I don't really prepare for anything.
I had a chance to talk to your mama, Shauna. I love her. You know your lines. You hit your points. Your lines, you make them believable, and it's because you're genuine. You feel the words. So that's something natural that you're doing. When you're reading the words, you're connecting with the atmosphere, you're connecting with what's going on. And that's why a lot of the fans connect with you. And I just want to say congratulations to you because when you do a scene on Power, I connected with you throughout the scene. So even when you were on camera, I was still feeling that scene. Like, when is he coming back? But your mama told me you're going to be back every episode. So congratulations to you with that. Well, let's talk about Barbershop 3, Ice Cube.
Working with Ice Cube is crazy because, like, Friday, like all three of those movies, those are my favorite movies. And just to work with him, it was crazy. I'm just blessed to work with him.
So I hear you're doing some things with music. You want to get into production. So tell me about that.
Basically, I've been playing piano since I was around 7. And like my piano teacher, he got sick. So I stopped taking piano lessons. I don't know why I did that, but I just didn't, I didn't want to learn from anybody else. Like I don't know, I took lessons after that, but it just wasn't helping me as much as he was. So I just stopped.
So Jamie Foxx, I had a chance to work with Jamie Foxx and watch him just come up with melodies behind the scenes, which is really cool.
Yeah, I just love music. That's what I've been doing before I've been acting. I just always used to love music, so I really want to get deeper into the music industry.
So we can let your fans know, when you say deeper into music, you want to do just the production aspect?
Production, yeah.
Do you want to sing or rap?
I don't know about singing. I don't know. I'll probably rap for fun or something.
Rap for fun?
Yeah, just to play around. But
okay, let's play around real quick.
No.
Okay, give me hugs. I got power. I got Michael Rainey Jr. doing a 1, 2, 3. Barbershop 3. Hit me with a verse. Can we go? 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Oh, 1, 2,
all right,
3.
Miss Knox, we thank you for that wonderful interview. Guys, we got about quick final thoughts. Willie Epting Jr.
Yeah, I just want to say rest in glory, man. My former teammate, good friend Shannon Slack. I just found out this past Monday he passed away at the tender age of 46. He and I were teammates at Ouachita Parish High School, basketball teammates. Thoughts and prayers out to his family, his wife, and his kids. That is actually the third person from my team that has passed away in the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years.
Indeed, man. Our condolences to the family as well. Dwayne?
I want to say rest in peace to a former coworker of mine, Miss Kristen James. God bless you, your family. To my family and my friends out there in Bogalusa, Louisiana, I want to say I love y'all. May God be with y'all and give you strength and courage to go through all of this.
Yeah, tough times, man. Definitely tough times that we're living in this world. Kind of want to swing it to a different direction. LeBron James, it was good to hear you call out and say what you're going for, that you're chasing the ghost in Chicago, and that you want to be one of the greatest players to play in the NBA. I think that speaks volumes to let us know where your head is right now. And I'm not a fan of the Cavaliers. I haven't been the biggest fan of LeBron, but hey, I'm glad to see that he's focused on doing it. So Michael Jordan's still the greatest player to ever play. I'm just going to leave it there. Fellas, as always, good stuff. We will talk to you again soon. We want to let everyone know to, stay prayed up. We love you. God bless you. Coming up next from Press Box to Press Row with Donald Ware. For Dwayne, for Willie, I'm Donnie, and this has been the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. And we will talk to you again real soon. Take care, everybody.